need his name up in lights. He just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tuff's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, let's do this the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard he f***ing with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike. Got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a f***ing nihilist porcupine. He's the type women wanna be within rappers. Hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth, or does it stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best, dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note.
Hey people, welcome to Real Tough Talk Playoff Edition. I'm Stephen J.
And I'm Ghost.
And we're so excited now. We're finally in the playoffs after all the snowstorms, after all the delays. We finally are in the playoff time, and this is what we love. You saw the matchups in the beginning of the show, so you can see who's playing who. The wild cards technically play first, and then they play the top seeded teams in the second round, but it all takes place on the same day.
Well, that's their reward for playing so well and winning their division. They're fully rested, they're ready to play, and while the other teams are battling each other and they're having to gather themselves for the next game. So I feel like that's what you earn for playing so well.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. So we're going to start out with the two first wild card teams, and that's going to be Reckless playing Animal Planet. Reckless actually beat Animal Planet, but in overtime, and it was a controversial call about the 2 and the 1, and I don't really think these teams really like each other that much because of that game.
I mean, I feel like both teams feel like they can beat the other. I feel like Animal Planet, for one, feels like they were supposed to win that game, and Reckless feels like it's an insult to them to even be compared to this team right now. So I feel like they're going to go at it. Both teams feel like they're going to come up with the win, and I feel like it's going to go to the wire.
And we're going to start out real quick like this. Animal Planet's going to get the ball first. Beato's going to make a throw to receiver, and it's going to be a nice hit by Bro to pause an incomplete pass. Great hit. We already see these teams getting physical. Great way to start the game. But 3 plays later, Beato's still able to score, finding Joe in the end zone to give Animal Planet the head start lead 6-0.
And I feel like this is something that Pito's been doing all year for this team. Actually giving him the opportunity to put points on the board. He's able to find Joe open in the end zone. That's a nice touchdown to start the game.
Reckless is going to get the ball back. And the crazy thing about it is I think Pito and Bug are both the same type of quarterback. I just don't think Bug takes as much chances. I mean, I don't think Pito takes as much chances as Bug. But they got the same type of style. It's going to be interesting to see at the rest of the game. Bug is going to end up driving the ball and then finding his favorite receiver, Mimi, for the touchdown, tie the game up 6-0. Mimi already has experience. He's been in this before. He's been with all the championships he has with Carver, with the championships he has with Packers. This guy has experience, and I think he steps his game up in the playoffs.
And I feel like that's what he was able to. That's why he joined the team in order to fill that gap that they lost to Bishop. He's been doing it all year. He's doing it here. He's a hard person to guard when he's going out in the receiver slot. And I feel like as a result of that, there's a touchdown right here.
Then Pito's going to get the ball back and throw a pass to Preacher. It's going to be tipped But you're going to see Spaz here with the quick reflexes, with the quick concentration to make the catch or put Animal Planet up 12-6. Spaz made the All-Star team later on down the season. He had a slow beginning, picked up towards the end. I think he's a good asset making a big play here.
And I feel like this is another addition to Animal Planet coming from another team from last year. And I feel like these are great pickups that Storm was able to get to help their team. And they're putting points on the board in the playoffs where it matters.
Well, that's not going to slow Bug down as he's able to throw another touchdown. Here, a bomb to Prodigy to put them up in the game. 13-12. Great throw by Bug. Finding Prodigy. Get them right back in the lead.
And like I said last week, I felt like Prodigy was going to be the defense that would need to be the difference maker. He's showing early that he's there for a reason. He's able to put points on the board on the other side.
Well, like I always say, sometimes quarterbacks feel whatever you could do, I could do better. And Bito's going to go deep also and find Preacher for the touchdown to put them back up 18-13. We got a seesaw battle going on right now.
And right now it seems like it's a battle of quarterbacks to see who has a better deep bomb, who has a better arm. All it is just Bug and Pito just going at it. That's what I see in this field right now.
Well, Bug is finally going to get stopped by Ant. Great sack by Ant. And then it seems like the next play after that, Bug is going to get into trouble and throw an interception to Shy right here. And I think the sack is what took Bug out of his rhythm. Animal Planet knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to get him uncomfortable. They do that here. Bug throws an interception to Shy, gives the ball right back to Animal Planet.
And I feel like this is the key to turning over to turning the momentum of the game to Animal Planet's favor. Hopefully they can capitalize on this.
But unfortunately, they're not able to. Right now, remember, Animal Planet's up 18-13, and the next two passes are going to be dropped. Now, had they able to score these plays, they would have had a nice commanding lead, but they're going to end up dropping two back-to-back passes, as you see here. Animal Planet's going to have to punt, giving the ball back to Reckless. And what happens? Mimi's going to go downfield Bug is going to go downfield to Mimi right when Reckless gets the ball back. But a great break up here by Preacher. Preacher's up there for Defensive Player of the Year. We see him do this against Dave in the game against Raw. Now he does it against Reckless best receiver. Preacher's really getting involved in the game. Nice play by Preacher defensively.
And he had some words before the game. He said that Mimi wasn't going to get on his side and do whatever he wanted. And you see him there able to make a play, because without that play, that would have been a touchdown for Mimi.
And this guy is able to make plays all over the field. Bug throws a pass to Sticky in the end zone, and this pass is broken up by Preacher to give them the 18-13 lead going into half. Preacher really wants this game, and he's stepping it up.
Yes, and I feel like that was the whole point of him coming to Animal Planet, leaving ball so hard early in the season. He wants to win, and he feel like this is the best opportunity he had to come to this team, and he's making plays for this team right now.
Well, second half, and Reckless is going to get the ball, and as like I said before, I think that Mimi is the man on this team, and he does it again. Second half, Bug finds him in the end zone for the touchdown to give Reckless the 19-18 lead. You can only hold Mimi for so long. He had a touchdown the first half. Starts out the second half the same way.
And I feel like now he's getting into his stride. The defense has to start worrying and looking for where Mimi's lining up at, because you know that Bug is going to look for him throughout the game.
Animal Planet's going to get the ball back. Bito's going to make a nice pass to Joe, but Mimi is going to get flagged for leading with the shoulder. If you slow this play down right here, you can see Mimi does this. I've seen Mimi do this in Brooklyn. You know, he attempts to intimidate the receivers, and he takes risks. And this one, it was a bad play by Mimi, which is going to move Animal Planet closer to the red zone. And you can't take flags like this. It doesn't make any sense, and you can get somebody killed.
Yes, but, you know, Joe was okay on that hit, but the point is, you know, that you see that he led with the shoulder, so the ref had to throw that flag, and it hurts Reckless in the end.
Well, unfortunately, Animal Planet is not able to capitalize, and Bito finally makes a big mistake. You're going to see him throw a pass to Spaz in the end zone, and Spaz, former teammate of Brick Squad, Prodigy, the guy you said will have a big game,
yes,
gets the interception and runs it back to the end zone to give them a 25-18 lead. Great pick by Prodigy.
I mean, now you see that my words make sense. I'm not making things up. I see how these players play, and I feel like at certain points, these players are going to make things happen when it needs to happen, and that's exactly what happens. Prodigy is able to come and pick off that ball and run it back for 6.
Next 2 plays, Animal Planet is not able to move the ball. I think the interception really hurt their spirits. They're going to give the ball back to Reckless. Reckless is not able to move the ball themselves, and they're going to give the ball back to Animal Planet. Now remember, right now, Animal Planet is down 25-18. They need to score. Beto's going to start it out not well, getting sacked. And then Beto's going to try to make a throw to David for the short game. Short of the first down, ends the game. 25-18. Reckless moves on to the next round, and that's going to end Animal Planet season.
And that's one way to win and to lose a game. I feel like Reckless was able to battle down to the wire. Bug sometimes takes certain risks, and certain flags like what happened with Mimi may hurt later on. But as long as they play like this and actually make the plays that they need to play, that they need to make, I feel like they can win any game that they can be they can win against any team that's put in front of them if they keep playing like this.
Well, unfortunately, that's going to end Animal Planet season. But they don't have nothing to hold their head down. They didn't have anything really to talk about last year. This year they won 5 games after losing, going 0-8 last year. Or 1-7. They won on a forfeit.
Yes.
So let's say 1-7. But they won 5 games this year. They went 5-5. They have a potential coach of the year in Storm. They have a potential quarterback of the year in Beto, who led the league in touchdown passes. And they have a defensive player of the year possibility with Preacher. How can you hold your head down if you're on this team? You look for nothing but better. You look for another player in all season to open up the field, downfield, another playmaker that can make plays in space, and a little better defense. And this team can be well stacked for the future.
I mean, I feel like they're a solid team at this point. I feel like they need some type of improvement. Remember, this team just came together this year. A lot of their guys were from different teams, weren't even in this league last year. They just coming together and they've gotten this far. I mean, the sky's the limit for them if they keep progressing the way that they are. So, yes, they played well even in this game. So, you know.
So, unfortunately, we're going to have our first team R&R. You know, and that's something that we do basically at the end of the season. We figure out what the team is going to do. They let us know what they're going to do in the off season. And I think Animal Planet, you know, they're going to go to the zoo. If you see these pictures right here, you know, they invited us along to come with them to the zoo. You know, we're looking at the animals, and it seems Animal Planet so possibly looking for new pickups on the league. Yeah. As you can see, we're there with them, enjoying our time. And they're looking for new players. You know, hey, listen, whatever you got to get. You got to get a lion, a gorilla. It don't matter. It seems Animal Planet. So they're a bunch of animals, and they're looking for animals to recruit. So that's us on Team R&R with Animal Planet, and it's going to end that season. So we'll see what happens next year. But I had a good time at the zoo.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
A lot of animals.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see how this team turns it around next year. Next game up, Reckless versus Browns. Remember, Reckless just beat Animal Planet. So they're prepared to face the Browns. Browns are coming in fresh. So I got to ask you, do you think that Reckless would be more fatigued, or would they be like energetic and ready to go for the next game?
I mean, I feel like, you know, even though they're tired, the adrenaline is pumping, but it's only going to last for so long. For a team that's just as energetic in the Browns, I feel like it's going to be a tough game for Reckless. It would have been a tough game regardless, but to double down and them being tired, I feel like this is going to be a long day for Reckless.
And the worst thing about it is they lose Mimi. Mimi had a playoff game with Carver, so he left. So now this man just had 2 touchdowns and an interception last game. Now you lose him. I mean, that's a big, big blow to this Reckless team, and we're going to have to just see what happens to them because of that blow. Well, Bug is going to start off by getting sacked by Speedy after a few plays, and then Bug throws an interception to Puka. We've seen Puka do this all year. I think he's a hands favorite for MVP. We still have to have the other guys vote. I give him my vote now because this dude has been doing it all year, and he starts out this game with an interception.
And I feel like he's been a top-notch defender all season. I feel like he's been stronger on defense more than offense. I feel like, you know, he's been up there following the ball. He's able to make great plays on it, and I feel like this is a testament to that with that interception right here.
I think he heard you because on the first drive, Reggie's gonna throw a short pass to Puka, and Puka makes a little gain into a big gain with nice yards. So for the person who said I think he only really did it on defense, I think Puka kind of showed you something.
Well, I didn't say he only did it on defense. I said that he was more of a better defender than.
You did.
Listen, the point is, yes, he's an MVP candidate. That's all it is too. He's doing it everywhere.
But he's not. The Browns are not able to score as Reggie throws to Black in the end zone, but it's broken up to turn the ball over. So that's a good stop by Reckless to show that in his Browns offense. But then Bug throws an interception to Speedy. I guess he was trying to make something happen out of nothing. He throws an insult to Speedy, and what happens? Reggie's gonna take that mistake, ends up finding nothing in the end zone for a touchdown. Ain't nothing Browns lead.
I feel like one thing you gotta know is the Browns are not Animal Planet. Not taking anything away from Animal Planet, but the Browns have a top-notch defense. So you gotta pay attention. You can't take risks because they will make you pay for it. And this is exactly what happens here.
Well, Bug is going to get the ball back. He's going to get sacked by Loso. Loso's first sack of 2 he would have this game. And that's not a good look for Bug as Reckless gets stopped again to give the ball back to Browns. And then Reggie throws to a wide open JR for the touchdown to put the Browns up 14-0 early and quick.
Yeah, you already see where this is going if Reckless doesn't do anything about it. And it's not looking good right now.
Well, Reckless turns the ball over again after Bug goes for 2 bombs, as you see here. Which you cannot do that against the Browns. He goes for 2 bombs, they turn the ball over, and then what happens? The Browns get the ball back, and Reggie throws a deep pass in the end zone, and Puka, who's only about 5'7", jumps over everybody, makes the catch to put them up 20-0. So all 3 times Browns stopped Reckless, Browns scored. And that's how it goes.
And that's all it is right now. You make a mistake, they make you pay. And that's exactly what's happening to Reckless right now.
Reckless is going to get stopped again. Unfortunately. They're going to get stopped again, which is something we've seen all day. And Reggie's going to throw a short pass to Puka. And after a few Puka moves, as you can slow it up and see, he's going to run it in for a touchdown. So Puka can make something out of nothing. And he gets in the end zone again, 26-0. Now it's becoming a laugher.
It's funny because right now you're seeing Puka's name in everything right now. You're seeing, a Speedy here, but it's been Puka all this game. He's been doing everything. He's been shutting down Reckless practically by himself right now. And it's not looking good.
I mean, they lost their best receiver. So you got to give Bug a little bit of, slack.
And they're tired.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's
still, they would have They went through this last year when they would have won resting. So let's not say, listen, it happened that you got to get a good record. This is my favorite part. Bug is going to throw an interception here. He's going to deep, as always, to Prodigy. Puka's going to get an interception. But there was a flag on the defense. So that gives the ball back to Bug and Reckless.
Yeah.
But I guess Bug didn't like the call of the flag because maybe he wanted Puka to get an interception. So I guess he decides to throw it to him again. So Puka gets another interception. Mind you, there was a flag on the first play, and you would think, okay, let's not make that mistake again. The very next play, they make the mistake again and throw it to the most dangerous man in UFL. This season, I say in UFL history, Puka, who gets another interception.
You're almost speechless right now. It seems
because
like you're
I don't
struggling to get the words.
You already saw the man pick it off. So I already said it all season. I'm staying away from him. I'm not giving him a chance to make plays. Nobody followed that strategy. That's why he has all these stats. And another interception, turnover, right back to Browns.
I mean, you've taken the words right out of my mouth. There's nothing else to say. I mean, you give Puka a chance, he's going to make something out of nothing, or he's going to take something from you, as he's doing here. So you give him a couple opportunities, he's going to get something from you. So that's exactly what happened. Well, what can you do?
Reggie's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw a pass to Darnell. It's going to be tipped and interception by Sticky. But by that time, the game was already over. 26-0, Browns win. Eliminate Reckless. And I will say the biggest thing that happened to Reckless, Mimi left. So I'm not going to put this all on Bug or the team. No. I'm not going to put it on fatigue neither. I'm not going to give them an excuse because it's no different from if you have a game in another league.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say they lost their best weapon and it destroyed their whole strategy. So I'm not going to throw them under the bus because of that.
And then you got to understand that the Browns have a game plan, and they're the best at their own game plan. Puka is practically unstoppable no matter what part of the field he's in.
He's the most dangerous player in the league.
I mean, he's actually helped them win the game at quarterback. So what can you do to stop this man? Nobody's been able to do it so far, and I don't see nothing like that, anything changing in the future.
Well, Reckless ended the season 5-5. They're going to go on their team R&R. And I think, it was cool because they invited us to go with them. Mm-hmm. And since they lost 26-0, they figured they needed some points. They wasn't able to score, so they take us with us. They take us with them to Dave and Buster's. If you look right here, I guess they're trying to get some points somehow. They're gonna get them nice shiny tokens, and they invited us out, and I'm having fun. You're having a good time. You gotta go there because why? They wasn't able to score, so go to the best place, easy to score. David Buster's, having a great time.
I like shooting the hoops.
See, so we all had a good time. We able to get points, tokens. I was able to get a little teddy bear. Hopefully, Ghost was able to show the picture of me with the bear, and we had a great time. So why not have Team R&R here at David Buster's? Great time.
Yeah, that's all you ask for. You're fatigued. You had a hard game. You had fun. We all had fun, and that's the way to use your R&R. Your R&R time. There you go.
So we want to thank them for inviting us, and we'll see them next season. Next up, we're going to have YMM and Generals. Now remember, Generals beat YMM during the season, 7-6. But YMM was coming off a very emotional win to IOD. So do you really count that, or do you still give Generals credit for beating them?
I mean, it's like I say, I like to be in the middle ground. It's a little of both. I feel like you don't take nothing away from the Generals for playing and, winning the game 7-6. I feel like, they played for that game. They wanted to make a statement that they can play this team and beat them. This is a precursor to a playoff game. So you give them credit for playing hard and taking that win home. YMM, on the other hand, they played a hard game against IOD. They came out as the winner, but they couldn't last on a doubleheader. They couldn't last on a doubleheader. They were exhausted from the hard-fought game in the first game. They lost the second one. Now it's a repeat to see who can really top, who can come up on top in this game. This is really where it matters.
Well, we're going to jump, after that being said, we're going to jump right into the game. Carl's going to throw deep for the first down. And then he's going to, 3 plays later, throw a touchdown pass to Nitty to give them a lead, 6-0. Carl starting off early. I think he's an underrated quarterback. He don't get enough credit, and he's showing it here in the playoffs.
And the thing about it is he has an unorthodox sidearm throw.
Yeah.
Where the ball givers have trouble actually knocking the ball down because they don't see where he's releasing the ball from. So he's able to get those deep passes out surprisingly well. He's able to do it here, throwing that nice pass to Rob.
Well, YMM is going to get the ball back. And remember, we talked about Nelson, young kid, starting the playoffs. We're going to see how we do. He's going to make a nice run on 4 for a nice game. Then he's going to throw to Jeremy, who's going to make a nice catch inbounds. But Jeremy's going to get a flag for cursing to push the team back 15 yards. You can't do that for Jeremy. I mean, you are supposed to be a veteran. You're supposed to be leading this team now. You're no longer a little kid. You got to make these plays, and this is a stupid play by Jeremy.
And I feel like he's an emotional kid. He gets into the moment. I feel like certain times he gets so into it that, he can't, control himself certain times. And this is something that happens. I don't really kill him for it. You just got to know when and where you show that emotion. And this was not the time.
Well, Nelson's going to try to find Roger, who the ball's going to be broken up. They're going to turn the ball over and give the ball back to Generals. Kyle's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw a deep pass to Cecil for the touchdown to put the Generals up 13-0, and YMM is in trouble right now.
Yes, because Kyle is in his stride. He's finding wherever he's spanning the field. He knows wherever his receivers are, and he's picking apart the defense right now. He knows exactly who's getting a step on YMM's defense, and he's actually attacking them. That's something we haven't really seen from Cal, that he's attacking the defense, and this is a good look for him because it's putting points on the board early.
Well, Nelson's going to calm down. Probably Caesar spoke to him. He's going to throw a pass to Jeremy again on the sideline, who runs for a nice gain. After that, Nelson's going to be able to find Roger for the touchdown, 13-8 YMM. And I think the problem with YMM is Roger's not there enough. You know, they need Roger to keep everything together. You got that bridge. You have Rico and you have Jeremy. You need Roger in the middle. Jesse's not there yet. He has the ability to get there, but he's not there yet. And they need Roger. He steps it up here. Touchdown, 13-8.
And I feel like they need more of that. Like you said, I feel like he's the third main guy on their team, especially on offense, so they feel that if they either have to go to him more or Roger has to make plays on his own. So I feel like if they don't do something like that, then they're going to be in trouble.
Well, Kyle's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw a pass to Mike. The pass is going to get tipped, and it's going to be picked off by Brown. Great pick by Brown. We usually see Brown as a return man. He's a great return man, but he's going to make a play here on defense, get the pick, gets the ball right back to the YMM, which is what they needed.
I mean, that was a play that was in a scramble. It was a bunch of guys in that play right there. It was tipped. Brown was able to make that play, stay with the ball, catch it, and run it for a nice gain. I feel like if he had a couple more seconds, I think Brown could have taken it off for a touchdown. But it's still a nice gain. That's a great play by Brown to bring the ball back to them.
Nelson's going to get the ball now. He's going to get blitz and make a dangerous throw, but it's going to be caught by Lulu for a nice gain. But YMM is not able to capitalize on that catch, and they're going to get stopped before halftime. 13-8 Generals. YMM's going to start the second half with the ball. Nelson's going to throw a nice pass to Roger, and then follow up 2 plays later with a touchdown pass to Jesse to put them in the lead, 13-14. Great play by Nelson to find Jesse. Great play by Jesse. I love Jesse. He's one of my favorite players. Great game right here. Great touchdown.
And I feel like this is the way they need Nelson to play. I feel like he needs to keep his composure, know exactly when to hold the ball and take a run. And when he sees the receivers, just attack and make that throw and make it an accurate throw. If he's able to play like this, and I feel like the sky's the limit for him.
Well, the Generals are going to have to punt, give the ball right back to YMM. Nelson with a nice run on 4th, gets a nice gain on 4 rush. Then he throws a nice pass to Rico for the first down. We haven't talked about Rico the whole first half, and I don't think, as Rico, you're Kevin Durant. It don't move without you, and I think he didn't show up the first half, and this team needs him to get him involved in the game. First down, Rico, great catch.
I feel like Rico is really trying too hard to get everybody else into the game,
and it takes away from his game.
Away from him, so I feel like they have to step up for him so that he can be himself and actually be the guy to make plays for this team. I feel like when they get that handled, I feel like they can beat any team out there. Right now, they're not at that point right now.
Well, Nelson's going to run on 4, and Flea's going to get a flag for a high tag. Great play by Nelson to know when to run. Flea gets the flag, gives Nelson another down. Nelson's going to throw a pass to Rico, but he's going to be just short on the end zone to turn the ball over. Who's that on, the receiver or the quarterback?
I would say they tried their best on there to actually pick up a few yards or actually get close to the end zone. I don't think they really had a chance to make it in the end zone. They were too far, but they was trying to get as close as possible to make it more like an effective punt, to get a good field position for their defense. But still, they didn't score, and it doesn't help them.
Well, that's going to give the ball back to the Generals. Kyle's going to run on 4. Now, Kyle is not a great runner. You see he's slim, he's not that slim, kind of medium guy, black quarterback. Everybody think all we do is run, but he's not a great runner. That's not his game. So he's going to run for a short game, but Jeremy's going to get a flag for unnecessary roughness to give this team more yardage. We just talked about Jeremy doing this in the beginning of the game. He does it again. His team only has a 14-13 lead. Stupid play by him to help this team out.
Well, I looked at the play, and it looks like he got there a hair late from Rico, and Rico was able to make a tag. But it feels like he's coming at full speed. He's so into making that play.
Hey, so you saying that it could have went both ways. It didn't have to be. But that I put on Jeremy, and I got to put it on Caesar because of Jeremy's reputation.
Yes.
And I told him this before. All the refs are watching you. You're no different from a T.O. You're no different from a Rasheed Wallace. You're no different from a Dennis Rodman. Everybody's watching you. So every time you make a boneheaded play or a play that's a bang-bang, they're going to bet against you. And that's what happened here. It could have gone either way, but because of his reputation, he got a flag that's going to help this Generals offense, and Carl's going to end up finding Nitty in the end zone for the touchdown because of Jeremy's flag. 2014 Generals take the lead.
And I feel like that's a play that hurts. That's a play that hurts your morale. That's a play that throws the rhythm off. A flag is nothing that you need, especially when you're trying to drive and catch up to the team that's ahead of you. And that's right when they didn't need it. It gives the opportunity for the Generals to put points on the ball, and that's exactly what happens.
Now they're down 20-14. Nelson's going to get the ball back. Now you're expecting this kid to drive you down the field and score, and he's not able to do it. They're going to get stopped. He's not able to make anything happen. That's going to end the game 20-14. The defending Eastern Conference champions, a team that went to the championship last year, surprised everybody, won the Eastern Conference, is out in the first round. Mm-hmm. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, looking throughout the season, you know, how they surprised me last year, and they played very well. Even in the championship game, they surprised me. They played well. I was, you know, one of the guys rooting for them. They're a young team. They're a talented team all around. I feel like they have the makings to be a big team out here, you know, that can beat anybody. You know, they show in the middle of the season, they were able to beat Carver in another league,
the BQFL,
in
right?
the BQFL, and that was something that a lot of people were talking about. I feel like they have the potential to do whatever they really put their mind to, but the inexperience is what kills them, especially when their leaders aren't able to step up. Like Jeremy is a big part of their team, and when he is showing too much emotion and is showing and it's hurting the team more than helping, I think it brings the whole team down. They can fix that though. I feel like they can fix that. Well, not this year.
I gotta put a lot on Caesar. He's a coach. And he's a personal friend of mine, but I got to call a spade a spade. He cut Ralph in the beginning of the year. So that means he was all in with Nelson. Then you had Jeremy losing his head, as always. You know, he made a slight improvement, but every time he takes a step forward, he takes a step back. I don't think this kid realized how talented he is. So that's when you went from experienced quarterback to a young quarterback. Then you had the problems with Jeremy. Then you have Roger not there every week, which also hurts his team. And then you have Rico, who to me this year, he was supposed to step up and be up there for the MVP. He didn't have a great season.
No.
He didn't have a great game. So what happens is because Rico is so responsible for everything else that goes on, it takes away his game. And we've seen that this year.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Rico the whole game, only on that first down.
Yeah.
You can't have that if you're Rico. You got to make plays and you got to lead by example. I understand, Rico, you want to be the guy that puts everybody in the position of the game. You want to be the point guard. But as I call you, you're my Kevin Durant. You have to score points. You have to be the one in those plays. You got to let these guys make the mistakes for Caesar can go out and get things that's going to fix it. You can't attempt to make all the plays and put everything on yourself because then you eliminate yourself, and that's what happened to YMM. They're a young team. They got to grow up, and they got to grow up fast because nobody's sleeping on them no more. Nope. Everybody wants to beat them because of their mouth. You're going to have mouth. You got to back it up with play, and they didn't do that. They had a disappointing season in my eyes. They went 6-4, yes, but they should have been better than that. And they lost in the first round. So it was all for nothing. So that being said, we're going to have them go on their team R&R. And we're going to get, because of their lack of discipline, we get invited for them to go to boot camp here. Yeah. Great time. You see us there lining up with them, you know, trying to get in the basics. And you see...
Well, I wouldn't say great time because it's boot camp. Who likes boot camp? I mean, come on.
Listen, it's something different. It teaches discipline, and maybe these kids will learn how much talent they have. You can't have talent without discipline. So you want to beat this team. Stop worrying about the teams you can beat and stop beating yourselves. When you stop beating yourselves first, then you beat this team. And that's what boot camp is.
Do I see you as a drill sergeant there? Like you're...
Well, listen, I'm there. Listen, a 10 hut, man. I'm there because this is where they need to be. You know what I mean? And we're all there together, and hopefully after the end of this boot camp, and I wouldn't call it rest and relaxation R&R, team R&R, because we're at boot camp, but hopefully after this boot camp, they'll get it together and realize that they have not even begin to touch their potential, and all they're doing is wasting time right now.
Pretty much.
So we're going to have to see how this team turns around next year, and that's going to end their season. Next game, we're going to have Generals versus IMD. Generals coming off a great win to YMM. And they feel that they haven't been respected. They feel like they fight. I mean, this team is small. They don't have too many playmakers. Their best playmaker, Julio, is, I would say, 5'4".
Yeah.
So he's a small guy. You know, and now they face a bigger, experienced number 2 seed IOD team.
And I feel like the difference between YMM, who plays practically Iron Man throughout their games, and you have IOD, who's a fully stacked team, fresh, they're talented, they're big, they're strong. I mean, these guys are just an intimidating team when you look at it. They're just there to beat down whoever they come across, and I feel like the Generals are their next victim right now.
Well, we're going to see what happens. Kyle's going to start the ball with a deep throw to Julio near the end zone. Great play here. Kyle's going to follow up with a throw to Rob, but it's going to be deflected and intercepted by number 5. Great interception here. Gives the ball right back to IOD. Not a great way to start it off if you're Generals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault them on that play because that wasn't a bad throw. It's just that was just a great play made by the IOD's defense to deflect the ball. Because other than that, that probably would have been a touchdown, but it goes the other way for IOD.
I think the interception was by Nick, so that's number 5 with the interception. Slash is going to throw a touchdown to, let me make sure I say this right, Joanny. So Slash is going to find Joanny for the touchdown and give her a 6-zip lead, and they're not here to play no games. They get the pick, and they get a quick score right after.
They're here for business. I feel like They you know, after that loss at the end of the season towards to YMM, they're not sleeping anymore. They're not taking any chances. They're here to put points on the board, get business handled,
and beat you down while doing it.
Pretty much, that's what they're doing.
Well, Carl's gonna go deep to Julio. We seen Julio make plays. He wasn't able to make a play here. He gets dropped, and Generals are gonna have to turn the ball over on downs. Slash is gonna get sacked by Michael, which is great for this Generals team. They're trying to make a stop here, but then Slasher throws to Jesus on 4th down. Just caught inbounds to give him the first. Jesus looked healthy. He was hurt towards the end of the season with an ankle problem. He looks healthy, and that's not good for the Generals.
I mean, it hurts when they're able to make a big play on 4th down. I mean, your defense is playing hard. You're at the wire. You're about to get them to turn over the ball or punt. They go for it on 4th down, and they're able to get it, and a big game at that. That's hard. That's hard if you're the defense right now.
Well, if that one's hard, then imagine this. The Slash is going to throw a touchdown back to Ruben on 4th down.
Again.
13-0 lead, IOD.
And I feel like the defense is not able to hold it together in order to cause that turnover. And I feel like that hurts because now you're tiring yourself playing defense just for them to score anyway. It hurts, and they have to pull that together.
Well, Kyle is going to get the ball back. He's going to throw an interception again to Nick. Not a great idea. They got stopped already. They get stopped again. But they're going to get a break. Slash is going to get the ball. His pass is going to get tipped, and it's going to be picked off. Give the Generals back the ball. Generals can't score before half, but they're going to have 13-0. Not too bad. Still in the game.
It's still in the game, but the point is, it's hard to say still in the game when they haven't put nothing up on the board. They haven't, besides the first drive, they haven't come close. So I feel like you can't necessarily say that they're still in the game. They have a lot of catching up to do.
Well, second half, ILD is going to get the ball. And one thing we talked about is this team being bigger than Generals. With nice blocking by Ace, Slash is able to get more time to throw a deep bomb to Jesus for the touchdown, 19-0. Great throw by Jesus, great throw by Slasher, great catch by Jesus, great blocking by Ace, great all around.
And I feel like Slasher out there is comfortable. He's calm and collected. He has time. He's, not fretting the defense at all. He's finding his receivers. And he's probably one of my favorite quarterbacks this year when he's playing. When he's not splitting the game or splitting the games with Joe, which probably hurt his numbers, but I don't think they were worried about that anyway. But he was, to me, one of the most impressive quarterbacks this year because he was confident and he was dominant whenever he played.
Well, Kyle's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw a short pass to Mikey, but then he's going to get his pass tipped and intercepted by IOD's number 6. Bad thing, Kyle is just not looking like he looked last game. He's making mistakes. His receivers are not helping him, and that's going to give IOD right back the ball.
But I feel like it's because there's a different atmosphere out there. IOD is a more intimidating team. They're faster and they're stronger. And they're taller. So they're able to get to those plays faster and quicker, and they're able to knock balls down that much quicker, and it makes Kyle those throws much harder to throw.
Well, we're going to see Slasher throw an interception to Fleet. Finally a play for Generals to make the try. They move the ball down. Kyle's going to throw a deep pass to Rob, but it's going to be overthrown, and the Generals are going to get stopped. That's going to give IOD the ball right back. Slash is going to throw it to Jesus, who runs it in for the touchdown to give them an even larger lead, 27-0 IOD.
And I feel like this is already a laugh at this point. Generals were already tired, of course, from that game against YMM. Now they're showing no type of energy. Right now, all they're fighting with is fumes at this point, and they're trying to make something happen so that they don't go, like with a blowout without them putting points on the board. It's all pride right now.
Well, it's just embarrassing. That's going to end the game. They're going to be able to score, but they're going to lose 27-6. IOD really destroyed this team, kind of humiliated them, and all you can say is Generals just wasn't strong enough for this team.
No, I feel like they were too small, and IOD was too stacked, and they were already fresh, so there was a lot of things that are against you already, and I feel like it just wasn't for them today.
Yeah.
It wasn't for them. I feel like my heart goes out to them because they played as the best they could. It's just IOD was a stronger team.
Well, now we're going to see the Generals go on their team R&R, and this one was a little more severe because they go, if you see here, they make their trip to the precinct, and they want to report to the cops the beating that IOD gave them. They trying to get the cops involved. Maybe we could get some of these guys arrested. We're there with them. We're there as witnesses. If you see us at the background, we're there, trying to... We saw it. We saw the beating. Yeah. So we're there to say, yes, they were beaten down. You got to file charges against IOD because what they did was just not fair.
I mean, that was just pretty much a crime right there. How badly they beat this team up. But, they want to get some help. The best thing I could say is just reband and come strong in the off season.
Or hope the cops arrest them.
I mean, you're not gonna get the cops arrested.
They got beaten.
I mean, what you gonna do?
This is a clear abuse case. This is an assault. They should be arrested for what they did. 27-6.
Yeah.
Call the cops.
Yeah, but not. I mean, we're witnesses. But are you willing to testify for that?
No,
IOT
is too big.
No, I'm not. Listen, I didn't see anything. I mean, I saw them win, but I think, what can you do?
No matter what, the Generals have nothing to hold their head down to. They beat the Eastern Conference defending champions. They eliminated them in the first round, which I think YMM thought that they was going to run through them. So that's something that they could hold on to. They was playing with house money. Nobody expected this team to do nothing. They made the playoffs. They beat a big team, and they should feel good about themselves. Go out next year, get some more weapons. You got a good quarterback. Julio's a good receiver. You're going to be okay in the future. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and just get a little bit stronger. I feel like they're still a small team, and I feel like if they get a little bit of size, pick up somebody that can give Cal some time. That's one of the main keys that I've been talking about all season. Cal is able to attack the defenses. He has the arm to reach down the field. If they can get him some time, I feel like that's all the difference in the world for this Generals team. And I feel like that may be the difference maker.
So I guess we're going to see how this team do next year, but that's going to end it for them with their team R&R.